Yeah.
And welcome to Frog and Firkin on the 520 Sports Talk Show here. Great audience, great team, and great athletes here. You're going to love this. This is the final piece of the puzzle of the FC Tucson soccer juggernaut. The 04, the 06 team, they've already been on our show. And we have the 00/01 team, the older girls, that also won state. So we are really, really happy to have them. We're going to go on a couple of sponsors first before we get things going, because obviously without them we would not have a show. We are at Frog and Firkin. Jody, Garrett, thank you so much, as always, laying out the red carpet. The food is great here, isn't it, girls? Really, really good. Arizona Daily Star says the same thing. Best pizza, best outside dining, and best family-owned restaurant. The Frog, the south of the Firkin border burger, won the best burger at the Main Gate Square Food Festival a few months back. I believe it was in March. So you're in good hands when you're at Frog and Firkin. Something's always going on at the Frog. Our show, karaoke, live music, and of course sports 7 days and 7 nights a week. Sparkle Cleaners with 11 convenient locations around the Tucson metro area to serve you. They're now offering home and business pickup of your laundry and dry cleaning. I mean, how easy is that? You tell them, they'll come pick up your laundry, your dry cleaning, take it, have it professionally cleaned, and return it to you at the same place they picked it up. So go to sparklecleaners.com to set up a pickup appointment for your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Wings Over Broadway, we will be there Wednesday night for our monthly NASCAR show from Tucson Speedway. That's a great show. Always a lot of fun. Wings Over Broadway, the very best wings in town. Not even close. Crispy from the first bite to the last bite. Great burgers, great pizza, baked chicken sandwiches, a full line of craft beers, IPAs, and then soft drinks, of course, for the under 21 crowd. So thank you, Wings Over Broadway. We will see you Wednesday night. Bianchi's Italian, 2 locations. One over by the West Campus of Pima at Speedway and Silverbell. The location we use for our Northside show is in Marana at Thornydale on Tangerine, just east of Thornydale behind the McDonald's. Great food, authentic Italian food. That's Bianchi's Italian. Johnny Gibson's Downtown Market. We're going to have, I believe, the Suncats softball team on later on this month. It's at 6th and Congress, also with Highwire Lounge. They share the patio in the back, and this is where our show Under the Stars is every month. Go check out Johnny's. They're open till midnight. They're the only grocery store in downtown, and they have great burgers and ready-to-eat food as well. Micha's Mexican Food at 39th Street and South 4th Avenue. We're going to have the Saurita 49ers there later on in the month. Look forward to that. 49ers Tucson Youth Football, great organization. We're looking forward to have that. Meech's has been in town since 1976. And Arizona Landscaping, design, installation, and maintenance. Go to ArizonaNativeLandscaping.com or check them out on Facebook at Arizona Native Landscaping. Okay, Coach, we'll get to the rest of them in a little while. Coach Matt of the 0001 or 0001 Tucson FC Tucson Soccer State Champions. Congratulations, and thank you for coming on the show. You want to just kind of introduce yourself, give us a little background on how long you've been with the team, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. My name is Matt Ricker, and basically I coached with Charlie McCabe, the head coach, about 20 years ago when FC Tucson was TSA.
Okay.
And I moved along to Portland, Oregon, came back about 4 years ago, and Charlie asked me to join the team this spring. So I've been with the team since January.
All right, so I'm sure you kind of got a baptism by fire, jumping right into the team and the ongoing season and stuff. These girls here, you knew what you had in preseason. Did you think, or did you have an idea that, hey, this is a state championship caliber team?
Yeah, having discussions with Charlie before I joined the team, he pretty much told me they were good, and they were. And so when I first saw them in January, it was pretty obvious that they had a good chance of winning state. And also, they've been there over the last couple of years as well. They've been very, very close, and this year was they got over the hill. So
got over the top. That's fantastic. Now, I understand with the 04 and the 06 team, your team is also going to go to Boise for the regionals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and then hopefully Dallas or somewhere in Texas.
Kansas City is
Kansas City. Okay. for the Nationals. So I will tell you this right now. You guys win regionals, you're back on the show. You guys win national, we'll have a really big show. All right, we'll have some of the FC Tucson from the pro team come and be our guest also as well. So that's our challenge to you from 520 Sports Talk. So tell me a little bit about soccer. Now we have the younger groups on, but now that they grow older, it's kind of nice to see that they stay together. A lot of times, once you get in high school, you're on the high school team, or you don't play the sport any longer, that type of thing. What's the cohesiveness? What's the reason for them staying together?
I think for this group, and maybe for most successful groups, it's the fact that they are really driven to be successful in the sport. They enjoy playing. They enjoy each other, and they pretty much play all year long. And so they go through the high school season, and many times they go pretty deep in the high school season and are playing against each other. But this group especially, the most impressive thing about them is their focus and their drive to come back after the high school season, a long high school season. Many of them are seniors and getting ready for college, getting ready for graduation, but they made a commitment to come back and work hard and try and get to the States and win it this year. So
that's terrific. So for those viewers who were out there watching that maybe want to get their kids into some of the younger leagues, but get them into FC Tucson as an organization, how would they go about doing that?
Well, I mean, most of the kids start pretty young. They have academy programs for the young kids, and then when they start getting into the kind of the upper levels, like 10 years and above, more or less, they've got several teams for each age group that are with professional coaches that are training 3 times a week and are really putting in the effort to develop skills and get ready for the older age groups.
Now, how would they go about if a parent or somebody wants to get an athlete involved? How would they go about that?
The best thing to do would be to get online and look up FC Tucson and basically look at all the information, make some phone calls, and come out to tryouts or come out to academy.
Okay. Is that a Facebook page or a website?
It's a website.
Okay, so it's fctucson.com?
Yes.
Okay, so fctucson.com to get your athletes of any age involved in the great sport of soccer, the most popular sport in the world. So thank you very much, Coach.
Sure. Thanks a lot for
I hope I didn't ask too many hard questions for you.
No, it's great. Appreciate it.
All right, first group of girls, come on up. Just a quick program reminder, Wednesday we will be at Wings Over Broadway for our monthly NASCAR show. The racing at Tucson Speedway has been crazy. There's been people crashing. There's been people winning several races. We're going to catch up on all the happenings at Tucson Speedway at Wednesday, Wings Over Broadway, Camino Seco and Broadway, so make sure you catch that. Ladies, how are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, so we'll start with you. We'll go around, give us your name, where you go to school, and what position you play.
Do you want what college we're going to or what?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, we'll go. Give me high school, and then we'll get to the college.
Okay. My name is Grace Kaufman Fuller. I graduated from South Point Catholic, and I'm a defender.
I'm Bella Sanovica. I am a midfielder and a forward, and I graduated from Ironwood Ridge.
All right.
My name's Nevera Rascon. I play everywhere, mostly defense, and I graduated from Mountain View High School.
All right. A little Miranda action up here.
I'm Tatiana Lazarga, and I graduated from Catalina Foothills High School, and I'm a center forward.
Okay, great.
My name is Ariana Sanchez. I graduated from South Point Catholic, and I'm a defender.
Okay, so you two Lancers. South Point Catholic has a really good soccer team.
Thank you.
I meant, were you part of the state championship team of them?
Yes.
So you got 2 state championships. How cool
We have
is that?
3.
And we have 3
How
in
cool is
honor.
that? All right, that's great. Okay, so let's go around one more time. You guys are all going to college next year. So tell us what college you're going to, and I'm assuming all you got to play soccer.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us your college choice.
I'm going to Boise State University.
I'm going to St. Mary's College of California.
I'm going to Long Island University in New York.
I'm also going to Long Island University in New York.
I'm going to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
I love Embry-Riddle. I've got a softball player from Pima College that went up there for her last 2 years. She was an All-American at Pima College the 2 years she was down here. So Good college. Good, and a beautiful campus up there. So, Long Island. Why? It's a long ways from home. No pun intended.
I know. I actually went on a couple visits there, and I fell in love with the place, and I love the coaches, the facility, and everything they had to offer.
Now, do you think your accent's going to change hanging around the New York
I hope
people?
so. I hope so.
That's great. That's great. St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Why?
I think so I committed last year in February, and I think around that time I got to like go there, and it was so beautiful. Everything about it.
Tell them where I know what it is because I'm a Californian, but tell them where
so it's 20 minutes from San Francisco. It's right along the Bay Area, right over there, and it's just a beautiful place. It's rolling hills, green everywhere, and it's so close to the city.
And earthquakes, all right. Being a Californian, that's just part of life. So my thing was, unless it knocks me out of bed, I don't worry about it. Okay, and then you were going to Long Island, and you were going to St. Mary's as well?
I was going to Long Island.
Long Island? Why?
Well, I've been here all my life, and I don't really get out much, and so moving, and so unless it's soccer, so really taking my visit out there, it was a completely different environment. I basically just fell in love with the whole entire city and the coaching staff and just the environment about it. It was kind of just like, wow, like I think I'm gonna come here.
So was it a joint decision, or did you guys talk to each other about it, or?
I actually committed first, and then she committed after.
Yeah, so it wasn't joint.
Okay. All right, and you were going to
Embry-Riddle.
Embry-Riddle. So you're going to take aeronautics, or?
No. I'm looking into mechanical engineering.
Okay, and then what would be your course of study?
Business.
Okay.
Dentistry.
Beautiful.
Neuropsychology.
Okay.
Physical therapy.
Okay, so you all got to be good at math, right? All right. And the biology and the anatomy and physiology for the other two. So that's great. So you guys, according to the coach, you guys have been together for 4 or 5 years playing with each other?
Yes.
Okay. Was it always been in FC Tucson? I know with the younger group, two soccer teams kind of came together.
Yeah, it's been there was 2 major clubs in Tucson, and we basically wanted a united front because there's so many great players that are in Tucson, and we're not really recognized like we should be. So
that's true.
So the 2 clubs decided to merge and basically created what we have today that we've had like for 4 or 5 years, and created this team that we were able to win with this year and go to Boise.
No, that's terrific. It's kind of neat that we're the ones going to Boise State. You're going to be playing in your own backyard. So.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited for them all to see what it's like up there, too.
How do you like potatoes?
I love them, thankfully.
Every kind, mashed, baked, French fries.
Oh, yeah.
That a girl. You'll fit right in. And you can go to the Smurf turf for the football games. They have blue turf up there for those of you who don't know. Okay, so regular season, what was you guys' record?
It's a great question.
I think in the beginning of the first half of the season, so it's from whatever August
to like
to October.
November.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we won. We almost did we? I don't. Did we?
We
lose?
won. We won all of our games, I believe, except 2 of them. One of them was a tie, and one of them was a loss.
Okay.
And those were in the
Sounds
very beginning, and then after those,
You
we
ran
kind
the
of pulled
table?
together, and then we just kind of pushed through all
Just
the
ran the
games.
table. That's good.
We ended first, and then we went into our second half after high school.
Get those early losses out of the way. Like, I'm done with you.
From the beginning, I know like us 3 right here had played together through Tucson Soccer Academy for years before, and we had always, as soon as like we transitioned to high school, like our first year, the first part of the season before the high school break, we went undefeated, and then we go to high school, and that like first week back is bizarre. It's so hard. And we all have been playing against each other, either through like 5A, 4A, tournaments, everything. We had played against each other, and then to come back, we had to like persevere and get through the first rigor of the game back from high school.
So what was the biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge was definitely coming back from high school, especially playing up in Phoenix. Those girls, some of them play all year, so they don't go to high school. They don't take that break for high school, so they don't lose that type of chemistry. Yeah.
They don't go to school and they play soccer?
No, they go to school. They don't play high school ball.
I said, what is it, like the Soviet Union? Where you get paid to just be an athlete or something?
I wish.
Exactly. Okay, so let me ask you this, and I asked the younger teams this, and I think it's fascinating the answers that I get, and there is no wrong answer, okay? Put yourself into this situation. Would you rather win an Olympic gold medal? You're playing for your country, or a World Cup? You're playing for your country.
That's hard.
That's why they pay me the big money.
I think World
Can't
Cup.
you compete for both?
You can, but if you have a choice.
I'd go World Cup, hands down.
Right.
It's one of the biggest tournaments in the world.
So is the Olympics.
Yeah, and I get that, but
And they're both every 4 years? Yeah.
the amount of clout, though, that comes with the World Cup,
There you go.
I think that'd be what I'd lean to.
That's a good answer.
I'd probably also go with the World Cup, considering just it's every 4 years.
Yeah.
And
So is the Olympics. And you have to qualify for both.
Yeah.
that's it.
I think the World Cup because it is solely about soccer.
There you
so
go.
when you win
there we
something
go.
like that, everybody's only paying attention to soccer versus
There
you
you
have the Olympics, so everybody's also worried
Boxing
about
and
all
track and
the.
field and
So you
basketball.
get more attention from.
Actually, one of the clout. Actually, the first one that ever said that was an 06 girl, the youngest team we had, and that's a great reason. Yes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Olympic medal, but like you said, when the Olympics are going on, there's boxing, there's track and field, there's basketball, there's all kinds of stuff going on. World Cup is World Cup. The whole world is focused on just soccer or football, as they call it in most other countries.
I would go World Cup too, because I think it's better saying like I won the World Cup than
Sure.
just like a medal or.
Yeah, but what about that gold hanging around your neck, though?
What
I don't
about the
know.
trophy?
But does everybody get the big trophy, or get one of these little ones?
True, but I mean just to know that your team helped you and
I'm just
yeah.
playing devil's advocate for you.
That's a hard question.
So I definitely would say World Cup because it's like soccer in America doesn't get the most respect.
Sure.
In
women's side.
Well, I think in men's too. I still think we're kind of behind the world on the curve.
Considering, I just think since we've been so dominant in the women's side for the U.S. throughout so many years, it's kind of get recognized.
Now that's a good point, and let me kind of add to that. The men are, I still say, 10 to 15 years behind the world. I mean, you look at your Germanys, your Italys, your Brazil, basically all your South American teams. They're so far advanced than the men's, but yet the women go out and just kick butt and get the gold medal, and it's almost the same as like women's hockey in the Olympics. It's like it's U.S. or Canada, that's it, and there's like the 58 dwarfs after that. So why do you think, and you guys can all answer this, why do you think that the women have progressed to the elite status of the world competition where the men are still kind of trying to find their way?
I think that the women got an awkward advantage in a sort in where we came into the game later, so we came into a game where it was already developed into what it is now, versus the U.S. men's team was created when there was so many other sports in America that weren't any otherwhere else in the world.
Sure.
So we had football and we had baseball, and so people were focusing on those things, so they kind of had to figure it out on their own when the rest of the world had been developing soccer for so long, because that's what everybody focused on.
That's a good point. And as far as women's sports are concerned, and check me if I'm wrong, please, is once you get out of high school, there's not a lot of women's sports to do. Now they now have a major league or a professional league softball, and the Jenny Finches and some of the other good softball players have played in that for many years. But World Cup, I think, is or women's soccer is the only other really avenue for women to go that they can play in a professional atmosphere. Am I right? Yeah. I mean, WNBA too. I forgot about that. So the WNBA is pretty established. But that's 3 sports compared to how many sports do the men have?
Yeah, I think like something that people don't realize is they take women's and men's soccer and they group them together when it's a completely different sport.
Oh yeah.
All across the field. Obviously,
Go on. I'm interested.
obviously it's like the physical differences, but the technical ability of girls and guys is completely different, used for completely different things. So, but a man, let's say a man defender is going to be faster, but that girl's going to knock someone on their butt.
It's Facebook. You can say ass.
And it's, I guess all of our coaches used to always say that, like, at times, obviously, like, people like watching men's soccer. Obviously, it's across the world. Everyone watches it. But women's soccer, especially in the U.S., is different. It's physical. It's technical. You see the process. Men's soccer, it's like almost like, it's just like, there it is. That's how it is.
It's just like, is it more the athleticism takes over and then less of the technicalities and the strategy? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, well, yeah, because looking back, I realized, like, when we'd all used to say, oh, can we, like, scrimmage the boys? And they're always like, no, they're too fast. You guys, they're just athletically and physically, you guys can't keep up with them. And then even, I know with the women's national team, they're playing against the U15 men's national team. So just that comparison of who you're really playing against, like, you can kind of just see that, like, division, I guess.
Well, it seems like you guys, you know, and this kind of transcends across women's sports, I believe, is women are easier, girls and women are easier to coach than men. You guys don't come with the tools. You know, if I know everything and you can't show me anything and I might only be 10 years old, but I can play in the NBA or the NFL tomorrow, you know, where you guys are like a sponge where you like, teach me, let me, you know, show me the right way, show me how it's done. And it obviously, it's obvious once you step on the field that you guys' technical work, your strategy is much more sound. It's just kind of like I'll do a parallel in women's basketball. Coach Adia Barnes, who we love, and we cover the Lady Wildcats. She recruited 4 European players for next year. No Americans. European players come and their basketball fundamentals are sound. They're not as flashy. They're not more, you know, one-on-one type of stuff. But you don't have to teach them a bounce pass. You don't have to teach them to fill the lane, to run the fast break, that type of thing. And I think that transcends across women's sports, softball included. I mean, not that men don't normally play softball, but they used to have fast pitch teams here and stuff. But that's just my opinion, that you guys are easier to coach because you want to learn more and you don't have the attitudes. Egos, I guess you could say.
We definitely have the attitude.
Not the ego.
I think girls ask more questions because they want to know why. Like, if you're a coach and you're going to tell me to do something, I want to know why you're going to tell me to do it.
That's a millennial thing.
I think boys, it's very like, do this and you'll win. And so boys are like, okay, cool. Like, I'll do that then. And so I think girls are more technically sound in situations like that because we sit there and we figure out, like, why is this what I have to do?
Okay, that's a great answer. Anybody else want to chime in?
I think that it's just like we're a little less stubborn. I think like when a coach tells me to do something, even if I don't like it, I'm going to do it. Like, if it doesn't work out, then that's their problem. I'm going to listen. I don't like it, but it's good. Like, if it's going to benefit me.
No, this is a good discussion. None of you guys, this isn't a school night, so we're going to go a little bit more than an hour tonight. Okay, we're going to give each group, you know, equal time. All right, so let me ask you this. Have you guys had the opportunity within tournaments or club play or whatever to play against an international team from a different country?
I don't think ever in my career.
Yeah, the girls' side, I believe, not. Our boys, we've had like a few past teams go to different countries to play against different teams, and I don't think the girls' side hasn't really seen that side yet.
My going into freshman year, I got recruited to do this ambassador program in Spain, Italy, and France.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of more academic based, but there was soccer involved, and I got to play against some of the girls over there. And I think something that was a shock. I remember going there, and they were like, okay, we're gonna go play. Like this is our time to we're gonna go practice today. And I thought I was gonna go out there and they were gonna, because we're so removed and so unaware of how sports and soccer in specific is in other countries.
So it's like a different culture?
Yeah, so I get to this practice and I thought they were going to be amazing and all this stuff, and frankly I could say that this team that we have right now could have been any team that I played with there.
I hear. That's a good testament to good coaching and good athleticism. Okay, so the boys on the international, is it like a friendly game or is it competitive? Or?
I think it's friendly.
No, I think they went there.
Either.
I think they
depending
went there for
on
a tournament.
Yeah, they're also different. They're completely different. The boys went ECNL this past year, while the girls' side has not yet, which is kind of sad on our part because we've always. Well, of course, we have 3 of our girls' teams that just won state, and there's the ECNL boys who made it far, but we all won.
Nice. I'll segue off that question. That's a great question. Do you or would you talk smack to the boys now that you're state champ?
Oh, definitely. We're definitely doing that.
That's great. Okay. Now, you guys have won state in high school, school ball, and also in club ball. I ask this question a lot to every sports that have won both. What do you think is better? I don't want to say more because they're both state championships, but what do you take pride in more? Playing for the name across your chest that says South Point, or playing for FC Tucson as a club team?
Oh wow. That's a hard question.
I feel like for me, I'm a little more attached to South Point because we just changed the name from TSA to FC Tucson.
Okay.
And I've been with TSA since I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
So the fact that it changed, that's the only reason I would take South Point over FC Tucson.
The boys have a pretty good South Point team, don't they? Is Wolfgang
Yeah, they just won this past year too.
Okay, is that Wolfgang still there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been there for 40 years.
I think we're going to have to just even after he's dead, he's still going to be Wolfgang, we love you. Okay, and your response?
I think South Point. I've only played for. I played for TSA for a year before it changed and became FC Tucson. So I've only been on this side of the spectrum for 2 years, and the teams that I was on before that didn't have the same family dynamic that you have on this team that I have now, and I appreciate that so much. But when I didn't have that playing before, I could get that at South Point. And so I think it was a constant that I had throughout my high school career that was this is home, and South Point's great in the fact that it's not just a school, it's a community. And so
yes, it is.
Having that behind me and knowing that that's what that meant when you're wearing that jersey, I think is what helps us do what we did.
That's great. I'm a state champ in basketball in my high school, so
okay.
So this is how I look at it. I can walk around into Fry's, into QT, into wherever restaurant, and I see somebody, they're old now like me, I see somebody that I played against, and I'm just like, yeah, remember that ass whooping we gave you back in the Stone Age? That's the nice about being a state champ, is, especially in Tucson. I mean, even though it's 1 million people, it's the biggest small town in the world. And you can walk by and see somebody from CDO or Rincon or somebody that you really played or just beat up, and just like, yeah, remember me?
I win.
Exactly. So that's kind of the advantage. Club, you're gonna play girls from different cities, Phoenix, San Diego, and all that. You may or may not see them ever again in your life.
So we were just talking about this when we were watching FC Tucson men's last Friday, and it was we knew almost so many people in the stands, and then we travel and we go to. I went to visit my family in Colorado, and I was at a supermarket, and I saw some girl that I used to play with when I was 10, and it was the craziest thing. And especially all of us going collegiately, you get to meet so many people. In the soccer world is so small, big but small.
It's so small.
And especially if you're a good player or on a good team, people know you. I think.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. If I go around and my dad asks me, "Oh, who's that? How do you know them?" soccer. Most of my answers when somebody's like, oh, how do you know them? Oh, like, oh, I didn't know you know them. How do you know them? It's mostly soccer. Like, it's especially in Tucson. Like, it seems so small, but it's actually like quite large. But I feel like since we've combined clubs and like merged, it just became like one big family, and a lot of us like just connect more on a different level now.
We used to joke before games when someone would be like, oh, like, this girl's on that team. And, like, 3 of us would be like, yeah, I don't know her. She must not be good. We used to joke about that all the time.
That's great. That's great. And that's, that's the nice thing about, one of the nice things about living in Tucson is you're going to run into these people. It's just like, like you said, hey, your dad, how do you know him? Well, you should have just said 9-0, Dad. Which is just a beatdown in soccer, so. Okay, so let me ask you, we're going to move along a little bit till we get the other girls on. Funny question time.
Okay.
You guys all like to eat? Everybody your age loves to eat. Give me your 2 favorite places to eat, whether it's fast food, a restaurant, or whatever like that, and you got to get rid of one the rest of your life.
Oh, I'm ready. E.G.'s.
Okay, and which one goes?
E.G.'s because they're going nationwide, and that's disrespectful.
Really? I didn't know that. I know they tried it in Phoenix, and it didn't go over well, but that's Phoenix.
I don't mind. In-N-Out and Mod Pizza.
Okay, and which one goes?
In-N-Out because I won't be able to have it on the East Coast or anywhere else.
That's true. I grew up in California. A surfboard and In-N-Out just comes in the baby shower stuff. No, good answer.
Oh man.
Can't even think of any place that I've ever eaten before. Frog and Firkin.
I like Peter Piper's.
Okay, the games or the pizza?
Pizza. I love both. That's my childhood.
Actually, talking to a friend about that, we drove by Peter Piper, and I said, they've got really, really good pizza, but it's like $20. It's expensive for the pizza.
Okay, I got a little secret. I used to have like my first birthday party there, and my dad got this little card that like gave you like 70% off, and it never expired. So we got it laminated, and now like our pizza's like $5 for like 2 larges. So I can just have like a free for all.
How cool is that?
But then also my second place is probably any good sushi place.
Okay, I'm down with that.
I really like my sushi, and when I went to go take my visit to my college that I committed to, my first meal was poke, which is a sushi dish.
I know
so I don't know what I get rid of. Probably the pizza, honestly. It's just not good for you.
There's not any Asian or Polynesian food I don't like.
I think probably totally not the answer that Division I athlete should give, but I love me my McDonald's.
Okay.
That and cereal grillers.
Good.
I think McDonald's would have to go just because it's everywhere, but I couldn't survive without cereal grillers,
That's
wings,
kind
and
of
pizza.
a no-brainer.
So, I mean, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go raw.
Okay, last one.
BK's.
Oh, BK. I forgot about BK. I don't think we've ever had that. I don't think I've ever had that answer.
And I don't know.
The winner is
Raw.
Raw. Okay, BK, you're out.
I would eat BKs for the rest of my life.
Exactly. Okay, so this is the part of the show I told you guys the whole nation's watching, so you get a chance to shout out to anybody you'd like.
Hi, Mommy, I love you.
Down?
Yeah, she's here.
I think my family too, and my brother who's in Nebraska because he was the first one who actually got her scholarship, and like he was my inspiration to keep going. And
That's great. That's great. Is he watching tonight?
yes,
All right, brother. Thank you.
Mom, Dad, I love them. I love my step-parents. My Uncle CJ, he built a legacy. It started at South Point. He's a state champion himself. Him going to South Point was opening a gate for me to do what I did, so I appreciate that beyond what he knows.
South Point is so good in every sport. It seems like anybody on campus is probably a state champion. That's something to remember. The answer is, you've got if not the premier athletic departments in Tucson.
Probably my dad's over there right now. He's pointing down at himself, so I give him a shout out. And my whole family. Amy Gorelick too.
Yeah.
She's a really prominent coach in Tucson, and she's I think all of my coaches, but Dave Cosgrove. That man's a legend.
Cosgrove from Pima, yeah. Look what they did.
Yeah, he coached us for 4 years, 3 years, 2.5.
And Amy, I don't know if she still does, but Amy used to coach at my alma mater, Push Ridge.
Yeah, she still does. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then the Free family too. They're just like my second family.
Is it me? So I kind of had like a rough situation growing up, and my dad was really the one there for me through it all. I want to just thank my mom, rest in peace, because she's the one who really brought me up.
That's good.
She's the one who really pushed me.
I'm in the same boat as you are.
Well, it's my sister's birthday tomorrow, so happy early birthday. She's not going to watch.
Older or younger sister? Older sister, okay.
She went to South Point too. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you, sir.
I gave you a challenge that if you win regionals, right back here at the Frog, if you win nationals, we'll get the big boys from FC Tucson and the girls team, and maybe I'll even talk some Phoenix Rising guys to come down here and check you guys out. So we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Continued success. The journey is not over, but congratulations on your state championship.
Come watch FC Tucson Women's this Friday.
Yeah, this Friday, FC Tucson Women's. Okay, so we're changing up with a couple more sponsors here. Catalina Auto Recycling. Why buy new when used will do? For all your automotive part needs, go to CatalinaAutoRecycling.com. And if you think about it, all cars run on used parts. Arizona Lending Specialist. Contact Mo, the mortgage lady, at 520-510-6698 for the lowest rates in Tucson. She will beat the Sun Streets, the Novas, everything else that are national. She's going to beat them by 1%, 1.5%. When you're buying a house worth $100,000, $200,000, that's quite a savings, so definitely check her out. Jim Miller State Farm. Jim's such a good friend of mine. Located at Wade and Silverbell, but next month they'll be moving just up the street to Coastline and Silverbell in the Continental Ranch area, Marana. He's your one-stop shop for life, auto, home, and renter's insurance. Look for his red VW outside and go bug him for a quote. Teller Trophy, two convenient locations to serve you. 6th Avenue and 6th Street, the 5700 block of East 22nd Street. This is Tucson's original trophy and awards company, and we are proud to have them as a sponsor. They have all our Player of the Year awards, the Player of the Week awards, and then Mo, the mortgage lady, does the calligraphy for them, so thank you both. First Heritage Realty, the A to B team with Brittany Palma, looking for a house, condo, townhouse, or just land. I'll give her a ring at 520-270-7958. Move the healthy way. I just got done talking to Brittany. She's in China right now. But we are going to have our annual women's bodybuilding fitness show right here, probably at the Frog. But these girls have like 0% body fat. They're just ripped. And we're going to tell you how they do it, what they have to do it, how they deal with injuries. And we do this once a year. It's a really, really good show. It's one of our most popular shows. Oasis Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your units are in tip-top shape because it was hot today, but it's only going to get hotter. Call David Murrieta, 520-648-1755. Ladies, how are you?
Good.
First of all, congratulations on your state championship. It's my honor to have you guys. I had my day in the sun when the pterodactyls and the dinosaurs were walking the earth. So we'll start with you. Give us your name. Are you guys all going to college, or are some of you returning to high school?
Us here.
Okay. So let's do this. Give us your name, what position you play, and what high school you either graduated from or you're returning to.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nikki Fuko. I don't know if you're supposed to give my last name. So anyways, okay, so I'm an outside left mid, and I just graduated from Ironwood Ridge High School.
All right. You're not like wanted in 3 states or anything.
No.
Okay, yeah, your last name's fine.
Hi, I'm Talia. I'm an outside left back, and I graduated from Cienega High School.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jordy. I play at Mountain View, and I'm a center mid.
Hi, I'm Alexia. I go to Saurita High School, and I play outside back.
My name's Haley. I go to Cienega High School, and I play center mid.
My name's Gabby. I graduated from Ironwood Ridge, and I play outside midfield.
I live over in Marana, so I live just down the street from Mountain View, and actually your softball coach, Ramon de la Osa, is related to me. Okay. Okay, ladies. Now, those of you who are going to college, you can answer this. Those of you who are still in high school but you're upperclassmen, you can answer like if you know where you're planning on going, or you have a dream college that you want to go to. You can tell us. So, two-part question: where are you going to college, and are you going to continue your soccer career at the next level?
Hi, I will be going to Pima Community College next year, and I will be playing soccer still.
They have a great men and women's college.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
I'll be attending New Mexico State University, and I will continue playing soccer.
So you'll be in Las Cruces. Do you like chili?
Everybody tells me that.
Oh, man, they have the best chili in the world.
I'm going to the United States Air Force Academy in a year, and I will be playing soccer.
Congratulations, but that needs an appointment.
I want to go to New Mexico State.
Because you know her? Or you like chili?
I used to live in El Paso, Texas.
Oh, okay, so it's just up the street.
Yeah. So I really liked it there. My mom went there too, so I would like to go there, and I want to continue my soccer career.
Okay, and do you like chili?
Yeah. Sorry.
Three-part question for her.
Okay, I do want to continue my soccer somewhere. I don't know where yet. Somewhere warm.
Somewhere warm, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't play a lot of soccer like in Maine or anything like that.
I'll be playing soccer at Pima, so yeah.
That's great. So you two I'll be able to cover because we cover Pima College Aztec sports. So you'll see me on the sidelines shooting pictures and probably giving a post-game report on the player of the game like you guys will be. So that'll be great.
You can interview me all the time.
I will never
You
forget
can interview me all the time.
Honestly, I will never forget. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same questions. I don't know if you guys are watching on your phones or you heard the answer and stuff. There's no wrong answer, but it's just kind of a unique question because either scenario would be a very proud moment for all of you guys. World Cup every 4 years. Olympic Games every 4 years. Both have soccer. Both have to qualify to be in those, to be in the Olympics or the World Cup. Would you rather win a World Cup title or an Olympic gold medal around your neck?
Jordy? I would rather win a World Cup medal. That's where players from all over the world have to fight for the same position.
The Olympics.
I don't know. When I think of the
Just
Olympics,
be a devil's advocate.
when I think of the Olympics, I think of everything.
Sure.
But the
That's a
World
good
Cup
point.
is specifically for soccer, and I think that's extremely important.
Well, considering soccer is the most popular sport in the world, yes, that's a good point.
I'm going to have to agree with Jordy. I would probably want to win a World Cup other than the Olympics. I mean, a gold medal would be really cool, but just like having a World Cup title would be amazing. So yeah.
Let me ask you guys this that are going to say World Cup, because I don't know. Olympic gold medal, you got that nice Olympic medal.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really put a price on it because it's the experience that you had. I know the World Cup trophy, like Stanley Cup and stuff, but what do the individual players win?
Nothing.
Nothing. So you're giving up the gold medal around your
Pride. Yeah, just like this.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, yeah, that is weird. We all just kind of share one big trophy.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a team thing. Like all of us are where we're at right now because of our contributions to the team, and none of us would be where we're at right now without the coaches and the team. So I feel like the World Cup brings everybody together.
In the Olympics, you're going to have whoever's on the Olympic soccer team from whatever country are going to be probably all World Cup players anyways. But everybody on the team gets a gold medal, even though it's a team effort. I mean, even the coaches, the managers, that type of thing. So it's kind of nice that they kind of spread the wealth in that respect. But there's probably a little bit of, there's a little bit extra advantage to a World Cup because, like you said, it's only soccer. The Olympics, there's basketball and boxing and track and field and this and that. And there's probably 100 different sports that, once again, people from all over the world are competing. But that's a great point.
See the World Cup too.
Okay.
World Cup also, because
Okay.
I don't know, it's like soccer specific.
No,
so
that's a great point,
It's super concentrated on this one thing. Like everyone's focused on soccer, and also I think it'd be really cool because the Olympics, it's all the different sports, so everyone's watching the TV, watching the different sports. But soccer, it's like if you're watching the World Cup over the summer, then you're watching soccer. You're not watching cricket or racquetball. I don't.
All right, good answer.
Nothing against this.
No.
No, I would say World Cup too, just because it's all dedicated to just soccer. And like you said about the medals, I feel like it wouldn't really matter about like the individual medals, because I feel like in all, like it's just as accomplishing as getting the trophy. So I feel like the medals wouldn't really matter because like you just won the World Cup. Like who cares about the medals?
All right, good answers. So let me kind of retro this to high school, and I'm certain you guys all played on your high school team, I'm certain. Okay, high school and FC Tucson. And I have my own opinion, and I'll tell you what it is afterwards. I asked the first group this as well. What do you think is more satisfying? Winning a state championship with Cienega and South Point and Mountain View and Ironwood Ridge right here across the chest, or winning a state championship for your club team, FC Tucson?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys can all chime in.
I would say club, because I feel like especially if you're on a club team and you're together for so many years. With high school, you're only there for 4 years, and it depends on like when you make the team too. So I feel like with club, like you can either be on the team for 10 years or 2 years, but I feel like with club, like you're mostly with that team, and you travel together and you practice together, you're with each other all the time. So I feel like with club, it's more accomplishing and satisfying than it is with high school, because high school is
Okay,
just
well,
a 4
that's a
years.
good answer. There's no wrong answers here. So.
I would also say club because school you have that like school spirit, that type of thing, but also it's hard to get a state championship team unless during those 4 years there's the right combination of girls who are able to do that, have the ability to do that. Whereas with club, as long as you're in the same age group as the girls, like we all go to different high schools, so we're from all over. Like our practice is in like the middle of Tucson because everyone, like it's coming from all corners of this city, so it's like it's better because it's like the best of the best kind of like the city.
It's like an all-star team.
Yeah.
And that goes the same with club softball and volleyball and all that.
Yeah, so it's hard to get the right combination in high school sometimes, just depending on who goes to your school.
Okay, fair enough.
I say club because, I mean, in club you're representing your city too, and like...
Good point. I don't think anybody's ever brought that up. That's a good point.
Even though high school would be nice too, but I'll say the clubs because you're representing.
Okay. Jody?
I would agree. I would say club. These girls I've been playing with for a long time, and this is like my second family. And I think being able to share that experience with these group of girls is something that you can't trade for anything. And
Sure.
yeah, I'm just really grateful to have that
good
opportunity.
I would agree also. It's our family, like Jordy said, it's the best of the best. And we're with these girls day in and day out, all year round. So to be able to play with the people that you've improved with for so long is so satisfying.
Yeah, definitely club, but also, so like Ironwood Ridge girls, we made the semifinals 4 years in a row, and so that was really annoying. So like I wish we won a state championship for that. But honestly, yeah, probably club, because like it's the best of the best and it's more competitive. So.
I never knew going to the state semis was annoying.
Well, okay, I'm disappointed.
Okay, do you want to know my take? Okay. I'm a state champ. They didn't have club ball back in the Stone Age, okay? So I think a state championship, just because you grow up with these kids, you know them all your life. When you have that ring, you can walk into Fry's, into QT, into In-N-Out, and see somebody that maybe from CDO or Push Ridge or Catalina or Rincon and just... Remember that butt kicking we gave you back in, 2019?
Yeah.
You're going to see these people because Tucson is the biggest small town in the world.
Yeah.
Even though there's 1 million people here, how many times can you go out in public and not run into somebody you know? Where a club team, yes, it's a collection of all-stars. I think it's more difficult to win in high school because you have to, I don't know how it is now, but when I was in high school, you had to try out and there was cuts. I mean, when I played football, basketball, and baseball, if you didn't make the cut, you didn't play. It may be a little bit different now. just depending on probably how many people go out for the sport, they may or may not have to cut you. But the top player and the worst player, there's a big gap in high school. So I think it's harder to win a high school championship because the fact that it isn't an all-star team. And not to take away anything from club championships, but I just think to me it would be more satisfying because of the fact that pretty much on club teams, everybody's on the same level. You're all outstanding. You're all elite athletes, where you don't find that in high school. You're going to get a big, as far as the learning curve and the athletic curve, it's like this, and in club it's kind of a straight line. Would you guys agree with that? Okay, that's just my opinion, so I just thought I'd throw it in there. Okay, so let me ask you this. I didn't ask the first group this. Think of your most, I don't want to say hated, let's say heated, okay? Your most heated rival in high school who you have, when you got the schedule, you just circled and circled and circled that date against that game. Who is that compared to your most heated rival in club?
Well, okay, for high school, so it was South Point, and then we beat them in the Brandon Bean Championship, so we crossed them off the list.
Well, let me interject here. Your two South Point girls, do you rub that in?
No, because they have a bunch of rings, so we did that night. Other than that, no. But then other than that, I don't know, probably Campo Verde in high school, because they beat us in the semifinals twice, so that stung a little. But then in club, it was the team that we just played that we beat them to advance to Idaho.
And who was that?
What's her name again?
Excel.
Excel.
Was that in Phoenix, I'm assuming?
Excel, yeah. We played them, 3 times? 4 times. And it was just back and forth a lot. So, yeah, they were, pretty much,
Phoenix is crazy about soccer. I can't believe how many teams they have up there.
I mean, Excel, for me personally, I wanted to beat them every time we played them. They grinded my gears.
We do 602 Sports Talk up in Phoenix, and the Phoenix Rising is one of our main sponsors.
Yeah.
And my co-host, Brandy Shriver, who won 3 national championships here in Arizona in softball under Coach Gandrea, was also a soccer player and a 5-star soccer player. But when she got to the U of A, they were like, you're not playing soccer, you're playing softball. But she's very attuned to the sport. She's got 2 of her kids, her son and her daughter, in the Phoenix Rising system. So I just know that, just talking to her, that it's crazy popular up in Phoenix. So to beat a Phoenix team, and the way I look at it, and my normal co-host David Adams, who's not here tonight, he looks at it this way. It doesn't matter if you're 1A St. Greg or you're 6A Tucson High School. The A doesn't know. The number before the A doesn't matter. If you're good, you're good. It's just the bigger schools have more. The Cienegas, the Tucson Highs, the Rincon Universities, they have more kids to draw from. They may have 15 good athletes where your school has 5, but the level is still the same. So it's kind of neat in that respect.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Thank you.
For Cienega, I don't know, maybe Haley can help me answer this. Okay. Maybe Saguaro. We didn't play them this year, but the year before, we played them 3 times. We beat them, lost to them, and tied them. So we're kind of looking forward to playing them again this year, but we didn't. So next year will be interesting. But
But you won't be there. No, you will be there.
I will be there. I won't be there.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out next year, but we don't really have that many heated rivalries.
Well, let me ask you this. Since you're just down the street from Empire, and now Empire made the jump from 3 to 5, you guys are even. Is that because you haven't really had a rivalry with them before because they were 3A and you were 5A? Do you think that will develop?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't even play them this year, but I'm not sure the rivalry would develop just because, in every sport, Cienega doesn't play Empire.
Right.
Because it's the Vale.
Well, I think that
family.
may be true because I know that Mountain View doesn't play Marana.
Right.
Because they're both Marana school districts.
Yeah.
So that may never happen. And just like the Mountain View Marana rivalry probably won't happen because, you're playing kids across the street that you live from.
Yeah.
Mine would be Sabino.
Okay.
Yeah, we play them. I think we played them 6 times this year.
Okay.
And it was we beat them 3 times. Lost 1 time and then tied once. Yeah. And yeah.
My producer's a scratch golfer at Sabino, and he's only a freshman. Well, he was a freshman. He'll be a sophomore.
I'm sorry. For Mountain View, I mean, I would have to say either South Point or Catfoot, just because every season those are always the two teams to beat.
Sure.
And then for club, I would say Excel, just because they can grind. They work really, really hard, and our team can grind too. So I think that kind of clashes when we're on the field. So I think we're pretty evenly matched. But I think at the end of the day, especially in that last game, it was more about heart.
Okay.
That would be mine.
What was the score in the final game?
It was 3-2, and we
Okay.
scored all 3 goals in the last 15 minutes.
I know the 06 was 1-0, so I mean,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
it was close.
That's kind of neat because I cover 520 Sports Talk covers U of A soccer, and it's hard for me to write an article because you really only have to write about the scoring plays.
Right.
And if it's a 1-0 game, my article's like 80 words or something.
Right.
But you get like in the when you're playing the second half and you're on running time and you're up like 2 or 3 to nothing, pretty much you know you're going to win from a journalist and a spectator aspect of it. But how do you keep that edge, knowing it's 3-0, we're most likely going to win, but you don't want to let down? Is that a fair enough question?
Yeah, so I think it just comes down to who wants it more. I mean, we've been in those positions where we've been up 2-0 and we've had to run for our money at the end of the game. They score a quick goal and we start panicking. But for us, that last game, I think we got to a point where we realized that we didn't want to end our season that way. And we just gave absolutely everything we had to win.
Perfect.
I think anybody that plays soccer, they always have a coach that tells you that a 2-0 lead is never a secured spot.
Right.
So even though we only had 15 minutes left and odds weren't in our favor, you can never just, let down. We always had that heart to win, and knowing that it could have been our last youth soccer game, we didn't want to let it slip from our hands.
Yeah,
No, that's a great point.
Well, I was going to say a game isn't over until it's over.
Sure, last
So
whistle.
the fact that we were able to stick it out, those last 3 goals in the last 15 minutes, I think that win right there was honestly more satisfying than winning 3-0 or winning ahead or scoring the goals. And I don't know, I just feel like the last
There's constant
15 minutes.
pressure in a 1-0 game or a 3-2 game.
But I feel like
That
that's
makes
just
sense.
what made it even more interesting and more satisfying and more I guess awesome to win was because of that. And scoring those 3 goals was just insane, and it kept us on our feet, and I think that's what got us going. So that's why I always it is really true when people say a game isn't over until it's over, because 2-0 nothing and there's 15 minutes left.
That's true.
We kind of just gave up, but or I guess losing hope, but then all of a sudden we just stuck it out. And
No, that's good, and that's true. Until the last whistle blows. I played a basketball game where I saw a 10-point lead evaporated with under a minute left. And a 10-point lead, we got a minute, and this was in the day before the 3-point shot. And I'm dating myself. But you're exactly right. You play till that last whistle or the horn or blows, whatever your sport is. So, real quick, I want to thank a couple of people. Steve Fanning, Coach Fanning, Saurita, high school softball coach. Thank you for watching. What a great year for the Mustangs. Came up a little short in the playoffs, but doesn't diminish the year that they had. You've got something great going down at Saurita. These guys, they don't rebuild, they just reload. They have a lot of good athletes coming in from Saurita Middle School and whatnot. So congratulations on that. Richard Castillo, thank you very much for updating me on the UCLA score. I went to Arizona, and he went to UCLA, and we're great friends. Arizona's not in the College World Series anymore for the women, but the Bruins are, and we got to back the pack. So that's the way I look at it. Okay, so funny question. Okay, funny question. Now I asked the first group what their favorite 2 places are to eat, whether it's fast food or restaurant, and they had to give up one the rest of their life. I'm not going to ask you that one. I'm going to ask you something else that's food related. You guys travel. Obviously, you have to be in a vehicle to travel to go to these games. So, go stop at the gas station, QT, 7-Eleven, Circle K, whatever. What's your favorite gas station food and drink?
Going to the game or like after the game?
Doesn't matter. Your choice.
Okay.
If you want to give both answers, that's fine as well.
All right. Usually, I think I would go after the game, and it would be chocolate milk. Get that recovery in, you know.
So you already know the secret of chocolate milk. You guys all know, right?
Yeah.
And it's so cool because who doesn't like chocolate milk?
Yeah.
And then you're lactose intolerant. There's almond chocolate.
That's what I drink. And then
Sorry, I'm good.
it's okay. And then like trail mix, just get variety.
Salty or sweet or combo?
Like the regular peanuts, M&Ms, raisins.
Okay, so you don't want like the peanuts and M&Ms or nothing like that?
No, I do. No, like in it.
Oh, in it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Good
normal
deal.
one, yeah.
Jody?
If it's after a game, sometimes I'll get like either Gatorade or like sweet tea.
Okay, what color or flavor Gatorade?
Blue, definitely.
Light or dark? We're getting specific here.
Dark
okay,
blue.
there you go. Not the ice cream.
And then I have a weakness for chips, so probably chips.
And what kind of those?
Anything spicy, like Takis.
Okay, all right, so you're not into the salt and vinegar?
No.
Okay, all right.
Before a game, it's always protein bar and body armor. And then after a game, some type of chips and chocolate milk. Or high chews.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
He's
so
going to be my co-host next week.
I mean, if you want, but anyway, so like in trail mix or the Chuts mix, like the breads, the brown breads. Okay, so they have those in gas stations, like the bags of just
I
breads.
can't remember what they're called, but
Do you know
Gargettos, that's right, yeah.
Gargettos?
Yeah.
Gargettos.
Yeah,
Well,
good.
okay, there's a whole bag of them, so I get the whole bag of Gargettos. Gargettos. Oh, drink? I usually get like a tea, some kind of green tea or like peach tea.
Okay, good.
Or if I'm really feeling like spicy, hot Cheetos. Those are so good.
Okay, Gargettos hot Cheetos with an iced tea chaser.
Yep.
All right.
So for me, before a game, I probably either get a Cliff Bar, and that's really it, or like a Cliff Bar, but like it has to be the peanut butter one.
Okay.
And then after the game, I'm always feeling different, but usually either get a Gatorade or a chocolate milk. With Gatorade, I always get different flavors, but I usually always go for like reds or like pinks, like the, like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm always craving chips too, so something either salty or spicy as well. But I always get something different, so I never have a specific thing. It's like whatever I'm craving is what I get.
Okay, well, so let me ask you on this Cliff Bar, because I've never eaten one. Is that an energy bar? Or is it like kind of a nutritional type thing?
I think more like nutrition, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've got a good energy bar for you. They were our sponsors, but they've kind of scaled back a little bit because they kind of went overboard when they first started to spend too much money. But Vibe energy bars, the energy comes from espresso, and they're vegan approved because they're flavored with I think it's aloe or something. They're sweetened with that, so there's no sugar or anything like that. So for the vegan people, yeah, they're really good. They have peanut butter, but they also have like condition specific, I guess you would call it. They have stuff for like high blood pressure. The fire department, the police departments, and I'm retired from the fire department. They have one for like PTSD and stuff like that. So they're kind of condition specific. But check them out. You can go to VibeEnergyBar.com.
For me, after a game, I'll get a Gatorade. I like the flavor cucumber. That's my favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what she washes that down with.
I know. And then I always crave Almond Joys. That's my favorite.
No, those are ones with nuts, right? Mounds don't? Okay.
I always get those.
Okay, and the drink?
The cucumber ones.
Oh, that's the cucumber drink. Oh, I thought, okay.
It's a cucumber flavor.
Okay, interesting.
I think it's like cucumber lime.
I've tasted like cucumber infused water. I prefer strawberry infused water, but that was good too. It kind of quenches your thirst, and you're not thirsty after that because it's so. All right, good answers. I love this group. Let's ask them another funny one. All right. I'm going to ask you one because you guys are all smart. Probably all 4.0 students. There you go. I'm going to ask you one, and I want you to think outside the box, okay? Don't give me the obvious answer, okay? You're on a deserted island. You can bring 3 things with you. A person is a thing if you choose that. Outside the box.
Well, one of them would definitely be like some sort of pot or something.
Okay.
Like water. And then...
Okay. Got plenty of water. You're on an island.
Yeah.
Might be salty.
No, I know, but like to boil it.
Sure.
So obviously there'd be wood around. And then... I don't know if I would take like a phone or any electronics because like they die because like there's no like way to
There's a
charge
lot of
it.
cell sites on deserted islands too. Outside the box.
So like, let's see. I don't know any specifics, but like I would definitely bring things like utensils for like food or like maybe things to like make tent or things like that. So maybe I'd bring like.
See, so when you grow up Hispanic, you don't need utensils because you just take a tortilla and just kind of... Right?
Okay, I'll probably bring some seeds.
Wow, never had that answer. That's good. That's kind of thinking outside the box.
Kinda,
okay.
yeah. And then my soccer ball in case I get bored. And then like suntan lotion because if I'm gonna die on that island, I might as well go out tan.
Best looking corpse in the world.
Because
so you wouldn't take a person to keep you company?
No.
Okay.
I already answered. I mean, I guess.
No, that's fine. You can change. Personally, I like dogs better than people, but I'm good with that.
Yeah, but then it'd be hard if you had another person because then you'd have to take care of them too. Like you're responsible for them. I don't want them to die too.
Unless it's your mom.
No. I know. Yeah.
All right, good answer. Not what I'm looking for yet.
I would definitely take my dad because my dad would know what to do.
Sure, good answer.
I have my dad. I'm not sure. Tent.
Outside the box.
I don't know how to bring outside the box. I don't know. I really don't know the other ones.
Okay, so your dad and that's it?
Yeah, I mean, he would know what to do.
Dad, help me out with the other two. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
I have to take a soccer ball. I
Sure.
have to. I can't not.
You mean like Tom Hanks with the volley with the tether
Wilson.
ball? Yeah, Wilson, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. The thing is, would you talk to Wilson?
Probably not.
Because you'd be nuts.
I hope not. I hope I don't get to that point.
That's true.
I would take a book on how to build a raft.
Okay, now we're doing outside the box. Okay. Obviously, you don't want to stay on the island.
Right. I don't know. I'm feeling nice. I might take my sister.
Older or younger?
Older.
Okay.
I love my sister.
Sure.
So, yeah.
All right, hotshot.
All right. I'm taking a jet. I'm getting off that island. Period. A survival kit, and then that one guy that like takes celebrities out into the wild. Yeah, that's what I'm taking. And yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you take a jet, why would you need a survival kit? You're going off the island.
Well, just in case, we're there for a
all right,
bit.
fair enough.
We need someone to fly the plane,
Okay, future co-star.
Okay, so what I will be bringing is my dog Bodie.
Okay.
Because he can gets those birds, like he can get birds and stuff and get them. So I'm gonna help out with the food and stuff. And then I'm gonna
So are you interested in eating bird?
like I don't know.
Chicken
Maybe
or
he can
turkey?
get fish or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there chickens on the island?
Well, it's
like you
preserved.
told me it was on the island. Okay, well hopefully there's chickens. And then I'm gonna bring probably just a strong guy.
Okay.
Just like a big bodybuilder.
Sure.
Yeah, John Cena, sure. Just a
Cena?
big guy. So he can lift a lot of heavy stuff.
Sure.
And then, I don't know, maybe I would bring like a mirror. I just to keep
Your
myself.
hair's good?
Yeah.
Or to use it to the sun and start a fire?
Maybe something, you don't know, like a mirror. I always need mirrors.
Okay, so you were the one that thought outside the box. You don't want to stay on the island, so you're going to bring a means of getting off the island. We like the answer boat, jet. Obviously gas would be another thing you'd want to bring, something like that. So.
I don't think I said a book. A book for a raft.
So, no wrong answers. I just kind of wanted to see what your mindset was.
It's the best.
Oh, you guys are great. Okay, so we got to get the other guys on, or otherwise I'd spend the whole show with this group.
Oh, this is
This is the last group?
Yeah.
I thought there were 3, but they crammed them up.
You guys want to hang out more?
Yeah.
It's not a school.
Pokey closes at 9. So.
We'll be out of here before 9.
Okay, cool. A Snapchat?
What's that?
Can we take a Snapchat?
Sure.
All right, ready?
Hello.
Hi there.
I want to take a selfie. We'll take one together.
Because I'm your future co-host, right?
You are.
Okay, sorry. I'm taking your job.
No, you're working with me, not replacing me.
You think. Right now.
Good answer. Good answer.
Oh, that was so gross, but I'll keep it forever. I just look gross, but I'll keep it. No, you look great. You look great. I look gross. No, you don't.
Okay, so this has been a fun group. Not that the first group wasn't, but let's. Let me ask you this one. If you could be anything, I have to think. It just takes a while. If you could be anything, whether it flew in the air, walked on land, or swam in the lake or ocean, animal, fish, mammal, reptile, bird, what would you be?
Any animal? Like anything?
Sure, anything. Personally, I'd be a shark, but...
A shark, that's a good one.
I think I'd be a panda.
Why?
A panda. They're lazy and I'm lazy, so.
Lazy panda, good answer.
Oh, I would be a cheetah. Because they can run really fast, and I'm like kind of a slow runner. So, yeah, that'd be cool to live a
That's
life
going to
with
be
a
my
cheetah.
next question. I just thought of a good question. All right.
I would be a tortoise.
That's really
Because they just live like long, healthy lives.
100 plus years, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, good answer.
Maybe like a seahorse?
I don't think we've ever had that. Why would you want to be a seahorse?
Male or female?
A female, so then I wouldn't have to carry kids.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Isn't that, I think that's it, the only species alive where the male does the...
Yeah, I want a kid, but don't want to give birth.
No, I can understand that. It's kind of like, look at male and female animals, birds. Look at the peacock, for instance. The ugly one is the chick. And one of the beautiful feathers is the male. Same with lions. Lions got the big mane, but hey, go out and fetch me some food and come back, and I'm just going to lay here until you bring me back some dinner. So the seahorse is very unique in the fact that it's kind of the roles are reversed. So that's a good answer.
Thank you.
I'd probably say a monkey.
Okay.
Just because I feel like they can climb anywhere and they're really smart. But I also when I think of a monkey, I also think of myself. Just because
Anybody want to chime in on that one?
No, because I have really long arms.
Okay.
And so I don't know,
And you play soccer where you don't use your arms.
No, but I don't know. I just feel like monkeys are really cool, and they're really friendly, and I feel like they know how to take care of themselves, and they know how to climb, and they're cool.
They are cool. Who's else?
I think a jellyfish. They're like
Seahorse, jellyfish.
Yeah.
Great. So you can sting people like surfers like me?
no, just the other animals that give me a rough time. But
They're a nice jellyfish, all right? A discriminate jellyfish.
But they're kind of like majestic. I don't know.
They are.
I don't know.
Being from San Diego, I've been on top of the water surfing and I've been under the water, and they are majestic because a lot of times they glow.
Mm-hmm.
Or like when there's a red tide, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like a bunch of jellyfish and other sea creatures when they like all of a sudden just all die together and they cause the water to be red and stuff, and you actually don't want to get in the water because you'll be like in itch fest.
Oh, I went already.
Okay. Did everybody go?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. All right, one more question. And then we'll do a shout out. We all right? Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to do another think outside the box one, or do you want me to do kind of a fun one? The what? The vase one. Okay, that's a good one.
No.
Okay, you know what a vase is. You put flowers in. He's my producer. Of course he knows. And he's the Sabino Saber Cat. Okay, this is a good one. And this isn't really thinking outside the box. It's just kind of a fun one. Has any of you guys gone yard sailing with like your mom and dad or anything like that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's not the most fun thing when you're your age, and especially let's get a scenario. It's Saturday, so one Saturday of the whole year you don't have practice. So what do you want to do? You want to sleep in till like noon, 1 o'clock. I know how you guys are. Your mom wakes you up at 5 o'clock. She wants to go yard sailing because the early bird gets the worm, and you want to get all the good deals at the yard sale. So you wake up, of course, she feeds you a great breakfast, and you're just like, you don't want to go. So you're sitting at the car, you got your phone like this so none of your neighbors see you going with your mom yard sailing, okay? So you get up to the first house, she parks the car, you stay in there, you're on your phone or your iPad playing games. Out of the corner of your eye, you kind of see her, and she picks up this vase. It's the ugliest vase in the world. Just, you don't want, first of all, you don't want your mom to get it. Second of all, you don't want it to be in your house. Because why? People will talk. You don't want to, I can't invite my friends over. I got this ugly vase in the house. Guess what? She buys it. She's driving, so guess who gets to carry it home on the way home? Right? She parks the car, she gets out, you get out, but your foot gets caught and you stumble and the vase hits the driveway, smashes into 100 pieces. Now your first inclination is going to be looking at your mom with deer in the headlight eyes, like, so when you turn around, there's a genie. But this isn't a regular genie, this is a Walmart genie. You only get two wishes. But you do get that third wish, but you got to give it away to somebody else. So what would be your 2 wishes for yourself, and who would you give the third wish away to?
I don't know yet. Hold on. I'll go.
Somebody else can go.
I'll go.
I just saw Aladdin last night.
Can I wish for infinite wishes?
No.
Well, that's thinking outside of the box.
It is, but this is a fun question.
Okay, then skip.
2 wishes of your own and 1 wish to give away to whoever.
I think I have it.
Okay.
I would wish to have like unlimited traveling abilities, like I could go whenever I want.
Sure.
I would give my wish to probably my sister, because I think she would need that. Like, Kelly, you guys know Kelly. You know Kelly.
You got 1 more wish for yourself.
1 more wish for myself. Should I fix the vase? Is that one of the wishes?
That's up to you.
Oh wait, did the genie come out with the vase that broke? Oh, so we don't. Okay. I guess.
The vase is still broke.
I don't care about it. If I didn't like the vase, then it's fine.
Does that mean the genie doesn't have a home anymore?
Well, that's a good answer. That's thinking outside the box. I've never had that.
I just watched Aladdin, so I just...
That's a good thing.
Then, I guess I would wish for the genie's freedom, because I saw Aladdin last night and it moved me.
Okay.
So I'm setting that genie free.
Is that a new movie out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
I have a surround sound system at home, so I wait till they get out the movies and I watch them.
I don't know. You go.
I don't know yet.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah, let me think.
Okay. I would also want to travel as much as I could, wherever, for free.
Okay.
And then, my other wish should be, like, people to stop being so rude to the planet. Climate change is real, guys, like, littering, pollution.
Look at the winter we just had. Does everybody remember a winter with rain and snow?
Yeah, so if we want to be here for longer,
Although it was
we should
nice.
make changes. And you not using plastic straws isn't going to do it.
Okay, all right.
Oh, and then give it to my mom.
You're breaking her vase, right?
No, because she deserves it. I don't know.
Okay.
I would actually, that's a good point though. Like I would give one of my wishes to my sister just because we've done everything together.
Sure.
So I feel like we kind of both would, I don't know, I just would give it to my sister.
Okay.
But, as much as I love traveling, I honestly would probably, one of my wishes would probably be to save like the ocean.
Okay.
Like all the plastic, I guess, around like, I don't know, I guess
Very dear to my heart being for San Diego.
I guess having us figure out a way to deal with trash and like plastic and just trash in general.
That's a good answer.
Because that's really important if you want to continue on this earth.
Right.
So, but my second wish, I don't know. The traveling is a really good one, but I'm trying to think of something different.
Well, you need one thing to travel. And
Money, yeah, but money doesn't bring you happiness.
no, but it's a wish.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not as accomplishing. I feel like
Okay, fair
I
enough.
feel like I would want to accomplish
Okay,
getting money. So
good answers.
I guess one of my other wishes would be being able to accomplish what I love to do.
Okay, which is soccer.
Soccer, yeah, but I guess just I don't know, something that has to do with either what I'm really into right now, which I don't know what I'll always be, but what I'm always into right now is like designing, so like houses. I'm really into
cool. Interior
design or just architecture. I'm really into that, so
That's
I feel
cool.
like that would be a good way to get money.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess to accomplish that
Fair
would be
enough.
another wish.
I wish for a car.
Okay, what kind? You got a wish, you can have any car you want.
Any? Like any?
That's your wish.
Mine is Tesla.
He might be a Walmart genie, but he'll give you a
Mine would be a Tesla.
Tesla. Okay, good car.
My second wish, I say I wish for happiness,
Okay, good answer.
and I give away my wish to my uncle.
Okay,
6.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still thinking.
One of my wishes would be to be able to get my parents anything that they needed,
Great answer.
just to give back because they've given me absolutely everything that I could ever want or need. So I want to be able to give back to them.
That's a great answer.
My second wish would be successful,
Okay, good answer.
and then I'd give my wish to my grandparents.
Good answer.
All right. So my first wish would be to make sure my whole family is debt free.
Okay, good.
That includes myself. So be it. I want that too. My second wish
Including
would
the student loans you're getting.
Yes, exactly. My second wish would be world peace,
Okay,
and then I'd give my third wish to my dad.
fair enough. I thought you were going to, I need another wish, though. No, that's great. And there's, once again, there's no wrong answers to this. I just want to see where you guys' mindset was. And I was very, very impressed that nobody said, I want, $1 trillion or something like that. Everything was geared towards family, environment, personal success, that type of thing. So that tells me a lot about you girls. That ladies, sorry, that you have a good head on your shoulders, and obviously you've been brought up right. So that's great. So, okay, so before we wrap up the show, let me just finish these sponsors real quick. Think about who you're going to shout out to. Okay. All right, and I thought we had 3 groups, so I'm going to kind of sneak this in. New Stitch Embroidery. I got the old logo. Pearson's got the new logo. They do our shirts, our embroidery, silk screening, and I got a couple of shirts at home. They have this clothing, this cloth laser printer that, sometimes when you get silk screen after you do, 50 washes, it starts cracking and stuff like that. This laser printer just, it just prints with ink so it doesn't fade. So the shirt might fade, but the printing won't. So they do that. They're just north of Pueblo High School at 3114 South 12th Avenue. So for all your silk screening, embroidery, and fabric laser printing, call 520-741-1070. This is a brand new sponsor, and this is one of my favorites because I like chili dogs. It's Pat's Chili Dogs on Grande. You know where it's at. You grow up Hispanic, you're not on top, the mom and dad take you to Pat's Chili Dogs. They have the world's best chili dogs. Good fries, good burgers. It's an old-fashioned, they've been in business, I think, since 1962, so I think God was like 7 years old. So they've been around a while. Obviously very, very successful. And you just walk up, order. You can either take it home or they have outside dining or inside dining. Definitely, if you have not experienced Pat's, you have not experienced Tucson. So definitely check out Pat's Drive-In on the corner of Niagara and Grande. It's between Speedway and St. Mary's. You can't miss it with the neon sign. Simply Noted, mixing modern marketing techniques with an old-school personal touch. Expand your fitness or your business footprint by going to simplynoted.com. This is owned by ex-Wildcat football star Ricky Elmore. Ricky's a good friend of mine. He does a really good job. If you have a business and you want to expand the name, get it out there, definitely check out simplynoted.com. Tucson Speedway, what can I say? Fast and furious. If you guys don't have anything to do tomorrow, even if you have something to do, I want you to watch my show like through that Wednesday. We'll be out east at Wings Over Broadway with the NASCAR drivers from Tucson Speedway. They're all local guys around southern Arizona. These guys are nuts. It's an adult show, so anything goes. And it's Facebook, so there's no censoring. But it's a lot of fun. These guys, the big NASCAR guys, they have all these sponsors, and they have everybody turning their own wrenches. These guys do everything. They turn the wrenches, they ride the cars, they buy them, they replace parts, that type of thing. Definitely check out our NASCAR show at Wings Over Broadway tomorrow night. If you want to go to the races, they're usually Saturday nights. Sometimes they have 3 days of racing, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Go to TucsonSpeedway.com for all the race information. And last but certainly not least, another one of our new sponsors, Arizona Motor Vehicle Express at 6941 North Thornydale up in Marana. I mean, how many of you guys ever had to experience the DMV hangover or headache? You need like something that's going to take 5 minutes and you're there for 4 hours. This place, you walk right in, 10 minutes, you're out. They charge you maybe $10-15 extra, but believe me, my time's worth that. And I don't want to sit around DMV any longer than I have to. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and on Saturdays, 9 to 3. So check out Arizona Motor Vehicle Express. Thank you, sponsors, very much. Obviously, we would not have a show without your sponsorship and patronage. That brings me into another point. Now it being June, this is our 3rd anniversary of 520 Sports Talk. Myself and a group of other people kind of thought this idea up in June of 2016. It became an idea which kind of morphed into a project, and now it's so popular, it's my full-time job. And believe me, I work like 10 or 11 hours a day, but it's fun work. I get to go cover soccer games, football games, softball games, the U of A, Pima, all the high schools, the club teams. So I'm working, but it's like, this is so neat, and it's my way of giving back to the people that helped me when I was an athlete. It just kind of, there's how to pay it forward. This is kind of giving it back. I want to thank the parents out there that came, that brought your fine athletes, because you guys are the foundation of everything that these young ladies do, and then it extends to going to school with their teachers and your administrators that help. They're kind of your parents away from home. And obviously a big thanks to you guys for, gracing my stage with your state championship and your great answers. So I want to thank you guys for that. So just remember, NASCAR on Wednesday. We're right back here on Thursday night with the 14U Arizona Misfits. This is a brand new club softball team. We're going to get their name out. All you good softball players, you want to be Misfits. Just the name is cool. What are you? I'm a misfit. So they told me they're going to bring like 80 people, so this place is going to be packed. So definitely check us out on Thursday night, 6 o'clock. All the fun starts with the great food at Frog. Do you guys have a good meal? Yeah. Isn't the food great? Yeah. Oh, I love it here. And the show starts at 7. So time to shout out. Anybody in the nation, the world, the stage is yours.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to my mom because I was really hungry and she bought me some french fries from here. And I want to give a shout out to Justin because he's watching right now. And I didn't think he was... Justin, he's a friend. Okay. And I didn't think he was actually going to do it. And then I want to give a shout out to my girls in Maryland because I miss them and love them so much. And I told them to watch, so hopefully they are. So yeah. And to you, thank you for hosting us.
Oh, I'm honored to do that. Here's for your co-host information. Anytime I have a soccer show, you're going to be on it because you know a lot more than I do.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I want to shout out my mom and dad. Love you guys a lot. And I also want to shout out Hope Heisey. You're my best friend. I wish you were here. She's our goalkeeper. So hope you had fun in Washington. Love you.
Why isn't she here?
She went on a trip.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
I want to shout out my mom and dad. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me, and I love you.
Good.
I want to shout out my mom and dad and my brothers and my sister and to my rest of my family who's are watching and to my friends and my boyfriend.
Okay.
I shout out my mom, Corey, love you guys. They're here. And my grandparents, you might be watching. I don't know. Love you. Thanks for supporting me.
Grandparents are key. You know, you don't shout out to Nana. You know what happens? You're walking down the hall and that chocolate comes right by your ear, and she's got a better arm than Tom Brady. Isn't that true? Okay. That's flip-flop.
I don't know. Okay, I want to give a shout out to my sister because without her, I probably would not be here right now. She's been my biggest inspiration ever since I was literally born. And then
you had her on the island, right?
Oh, for sure. But then obviously I would like to give a shout out to my parents because they've always been so supportive and always been there for me, literally since day one. And I know that I can always trust them and go to them, and they've just always been my number one. So
great. Did we get everybody?
I think so.
All right. Well, once again, thank you very much. Remember, enjoy the state championship, but your work's not done. Got to put that in your back pocket right now and think regionals. Like I told the other group, you win regionals, right back here on my show.
Oh, yeah.
And if you win state, right back here on my show, and I will get people from the big club and probably the Phoenix Rising to come down here to watch you guys because. Oh, I'm definitely going to watch you at Pima. Definitely, that's a given. We love the Pima Aztecs. Ray is the SID, and Jim is the athletic director now. So a lot to be said for Pima College athletics. State champions in soccer on the guys' side. So you guys have to do the state championship on the women's side. So Jim Monaco and Ray Suarez, thank you very much for letting us always come to Pima College, making us feel welcome. So thank you very much. It's so good to meet you guys. And continued success. Have a parent, you guys, whoever, message us on 520 Sports Talk or go to 520sportstalk@gmail.com. Let us know how you're doing. If you have any pictures of the region or something, send them. We'll put them on the page. And we'll keep you in the forefront, okay? All right, thank you very much. So thank you guys for watching. I know we went a little over, but that's the nice thing about summer shows. There's no homework to get to tonight. There's no school night. And we got you out before Express closes or whatever. So that's right. So thank you very much. Southern Arizona.